But, Johnny, let's move on into our next topic. And like I mentioned, it's basically the DC podcast from here on out.
Yep.
Basically the DC podcast. And really quick, I was going to save this to the end.
Almost dropped.
But I'm going to do this at the beginning of the Flashpoint topic. Real quick, thoughts on the Shazam costume? Yeah, I was doing my little Harry Potter here. Thoughts on the Shazam costume? We got our first look at Shazam this week.
Yeah, you showed me. I think it's interesting. I would like to see from the front or something,
Yes.
and maybe a little more detail.
It looks very comic booky.
Yes, it does.
Which I am excited about. Also, like Xavier Woods said on one of the podcasts I was listening to, because there's Christmas trees in the background, very Power Man. Are we getting a Jingle All the Way remake with Shazam? Love it. I love Jingle All the Way. But what we are looking at is the Flash. We're looking at Flashpoint. We talked about before, hey, they've got their writers, but now they have their directors. And spoiler alerts, it's the writers. The writers are going to be directing because guess what? The writers we talked about in Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley before, they wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
They also directed, did not put this correlation together, they also directed a movie that we reviewed last week in Game Night. Really good movie. You should go see it. Well, these guys, because of those two movies, writing Spider-Man, directing Game Night, they're now writing and directing the Flashpoint movie. The Flashpoint movie. Is DC getting there? Are they getting it right, Johnny? Are they making the right choice with Goldstein and Daley?
They may be getting their shit together.
You think so?
Maybe, at least with this movie.
What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, let's look at both those movies, and I'm even going to go with the point out with the aspect of what our reviews.
What we've reviewed, yeah.
Spider-Man, we both gave it 5s. Thought it was great, and it was really.
Game Night, we both gave it 4s.
Think we both gave it.
I'll double check because I have them. Written in
I think
Google
we both
sheet.
gave it either. I think we both gave it 4s.
I don't think you gave it a 5.
No. No, we both gave it 4s. It was a really, really good movie.
Yeah, we did.
I would go see it again.
It was both a 4.
Yeah. So I would go see it again. It was hilarious and nice twists. And both of those feelings of those movies, I could think would work perfectly with The Flash.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not like a DC guy like you. I'm not a Flash fan like Dave. But from my knowledge of The Flash, I can see all that working really well with Barry Allen.
I'm kind of curious to see what Dave thinks because Dave was one of those, in case you're new to Rick and Johnny, Dave, he didn't like The Flash from Justice League.
No, he did not.
He thought that it was not true to the comics. And the thing that I'm hearing is that originally the Flashpoint movie was supposed to be, hey, here's Barry against the Rogues. Oh, wait, here's some Reverse Flash. Where I'm hoping, but I'm not totally confident in, because think about Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
The Flash and Spider-Man are very similar. They're the comedic person of the group.
Younger.
They're both younger. They both have tragedy in their life. They both have like that, like in the movies, like Tony Stark for Spider-Man Homecoming, Barry Allen's dad in this one, they both have that father figure that's kind of trying to push them along, as Barry's is from a different perspective, obviously, than Spider-Man's. Even Spider-Man without Tony Stark, it's the kind of Uncle Ben and that kind of, even though Uncle Ben can't talk to him, he's still there to, in thought, kind of influence what he does in protecting Aunt May and stuff like that. But really, I like on paper, I like this. It's kind of like I'm gonna relate it to sports. It's like when a team signs a bunch of free agents, and you're like, man, on paper, this team should win the championship, and then they don't. Like that's still a possibility here, but I'm going off of what we've seen already. Love Spider-Man Homecoming. I'll be honest, a little biased because Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel hero. I really liked Game Night. And what I'm thinking is if they can, directing-wise, not screenplay-wise, we've already talked about that, but directing-wise, if they can pull out the same kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not kind of traits, but the good aspects, the positive aspects from their actors. Like, you look at the cast from Game Night. Yeah, they're all pretty good they're all good actors, like Fellmans, Bateman, McAdams. But part of me looks at that movie now and goes, were these directors also good enough to hey, I'm going to pull this out of this actor.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull these traits out and kind of, because the director is the image for everything. And it's their job to pull out of the actor what they want for their movie.
What's even nice though now is since they're the writing and directing it,
yes,
then they've got
control
written,
over both.
Yeah, what they've written, they can try and pull out of the actors now, saying this is exactly what I imagined. This is what is written.
No misunderstandings.
Exactly.
At all.
Yeah, there's no misunderstandings between the writing and director.
Yes,
because they are all the same thing now.
And you can have a deal where usually. Like, oh, let's change this line. Wait, I gotta ask the writers. Basically, they can go, we wrote it. No, change it. We're doing that. Try this. We're doing that.
Yeah,
and they could do that because like they own the script. Not own, but like they own it because it's their thought.
Yeah,
so they have the I'm assuming DC would give them the creative liberty to change what they wrote.
Yeah,
but
seeing as they wrote it,
here's what I want to ask you though.
Yes,
going back to what I said with. Oh, what I heard, it's the Rogues and then Reverse Flash is kind of in there. Mm-hmm. What would the story be for you if you're doing Flashpoint? Would you do a exact carbon copy of like the animated movie or the comic book? Or would you, hey, we're going to take aspects of this and kind of change it a little bit?
I would say at least stay the general course and like it's the original, the normal Barry Allen and the life and the Reverse Flash has taunted him enough to the point where he goes to change it. By the way, spoilers if none of you have seen any of this or read any of it real quick before I finish it. Basically, yes, Flashpoint Paradox. Spoilers. But what I would say is go with that where he goes to save his mother, changes the whole timeline. Atlantis is at war with Themyscira. Superman had been captured and super thin Superman. Batman is Thomas Wayne. I want Thomas Wayne.
I want it all. I want it all.
I want it all.
I do. I truly like.
I want it all.
I feel like the only thing you can. I don't want to say like, oh, change this, change that, but the one thing that I wouldn't do is the way the animated movie started.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that because obviously it wouldn't fit in the DCU where it's like the Rogues were robbing the Flash Museum and then they trapped the Flash in like that goo and he can't vibrate out of it.
You'd have to definitely change that because obviously you don't have a Flash Museum. He's not that high up of a superhero yet.
And really you gotta, like the one thing you have to set up in the beginning for me in the Flashpoint is you gotta give Barry the reason to go back. And part of me feels like as soon as the previews end and the movie starts, give me a scene with young Barry and his mom.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they did in the graphic novel of the whole scene with him and his mom. They're driving and their car breaks down. They're on the side of the road. Give me a scene like, doesn't have to be that exact thing. Give me a scene like that. Set me up with Barry and his mom, because that at its core is Flashpoint. The whole point is I want to go back in time. If I stop my mom from being murdered, then my mom's alive, my dad's out of jail, and everything will be fine.
Now, as of yet, I know there's no even like hints at him having time traveled yet, right? In the anything we have with Flash so far?
There is. The only thing we know right now is what we saw in BVS.
Yes.
Where he comes back, Bruce.
No, I'm saying though that
the
Flash himself knows, like our current Flash knows he can time travel.
No, I didn't get that inkling in Justice League.
Well, at least I wouldn't say, because like he's not going to just automatically think I'm going to try and run and try and go back in time. You have to have something that like shows him that, oh shit, I can time travel.
He's got to figure out well, maybe that's it.
I mean, that could be the way he does it, is he happens to go back to that time, and
because you can't have it to where it's like, boom, I can time travel. He's got to
he's got to figure it out.
The thing too that makes it not tricky but interesting is the fact that the Flash and the Flashpoint paradox is totally different than the Flash we have now, and it's not just the criticisms that I know Dave has. It's just where they are in their Flash careers.
Yes.
Where in Flashpoint Paradox, the animated series, the Flash is the Flash. And he knows about the Speed Force, and he doesn't have to question anything. Whereas the Barry Allen we have right now, even in Justice League, it was like, hey, I'm still learning things.
Fairly,
Like, I'm
tripping
still
over his
trying
own
to
feet still.
I'm trying to wrap my head around these powers that I have.
Yeah.
These running really fast powers that I have. That to me is I'm wondering where the rogues play. This is what I would do.
Yeah.
The rogues play a part in the beginning, kind of where the beginning. Give me a scene with his mom to kind of set everything up, but it's one of those things
Set
where
up the feels.
we saw it and it's gone.
Set up the feels.
To where you're like, I wonder if that's going to come back later, which it will.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
we're going to set up the feels, like you said. Then, right after that scene, Barry's in the action against the rogues.
Yeah.
Like something in the city where the rogues are doing something. He's got to stop Captain Cold or Mirror Man or something.
Or a combination.
Then it kind of like the first part of the movie is him learning about these powers. Obviously, you're going to have other people from the Justice League in this movie. I don't know if you have them in there. Maybe you do. Maybe you have because Flashpoint's all about the thing that I loved most about it. You saw the characters at the beginning. Mm-hmm. You saw how they changed when Barry changed the timeline. Then you saw them again at the end. Yeah. And I think you need that. So I would have the characters in there in the beginning at some point. Then have him change everything. However, how he learns about the Speed Force to change time. Maybe he's just in his lab and he's like, holy crap. What if I try this? I can try to go back in time. And then he tries to do it. That fucks everything up, obviously. And then it's like you learn about, the Reverse Flash. Like, who's this guy? What's he doing? And then you get the Reverse Flash in there to be the main villain throughout the rest of the movie.
What I was going to throw out.
And Thomas Wayne.
What I was going to throw.
Only if it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan or bust.
Yeah.
Hashtag,
or else I don't want him.
Hashtag Jeffrey D. Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
I don't want a half-ass product. You hear what I'm saying, DC? I don't want a half-ass product. But go ahead with what you were going to say.
Switch it up a little bit. He doesn't test it on his lab or find out in his lab. Mm-hmm. He's going up against the rogues. I mean, we can push it down the timeline where he's okay. Now that he's become a hero, sort of now that he's got the taste for saving people and knows what to do. He's already been doing this for a little bit now. He's gone up against Captain Cold by himself, against Mirror Master, or is it Mirror? It's Mirror Master, right?
I think so.
Anyways, he's gone up against him by himself. Heatwave, I think, is one.
Yep.
Gone against him by himself, but
it's Mirror Master.
Mirror Master. Okay, that's what I thought. So what he's going to do now is that they all team up. At some point, all the villains team up in some combination, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the fight that he has, we get thrown into in a sense.
Is it weird that both the directors we're talking about now, that their superhero experience is going to be with two guys who their villains are either the rogues or rogues? Because Spider-Man, what do they call his villains? The rogue of villain, his rogues of villains.
Sinister Six.
Well, Sinister Six, no, but I'm talking about the
I know.
Entire
Rogue
catalog
Gallery,
is the
that.
Rogue Cat. Yeah, the Rogue Gallery for Spider-Man. That just clicked in my head.
That's weird.
Holy crap. Both of them are...
Weird correlations.
It's very weird.
But no, what I'm saying is during that fight...
Gorilla Grodd. Yeah. I don't know if we'd get a Gorilla Grodd. That'd be Pied Piper.
Yeah.
Trickster.
I would say more so
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang. Come on. Yes, please.
We saw him in Suicide Squad.
Let's recast Captain Boomerang. Actually, no, I like that Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I was going to say he was in Suicide Squad.
No, he was good.
Correct?
I was thinking about someone else
You're
from the movie.
You're thinking about the Joker.
No, well, that too. I didn't like the guy with the knots and stuff like that.
The knots.
Killed off real quickly.
Oh, yeah. He's dead.
Yeah.
The guy that
so
got
spoilers.
Got his head blown off trying to run away.
At this point, if it's spoilers, that's your fault.
Yeah, for Suicide Squad. Oh, man. We're not spoiling Suicide Squad 2, though. That's completely different.
Exactly. But
why they're making
I was saying, during that fight, maybe something goes awry, and he's has maybe one villain he just has running as fast as he can, and just start
or just boom, and where'd he go?
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, the electricity, and then all of a sudden,
And he just disappears.
like 20 seconds or something before that. Just like just the amount of time like to switch everything up because he like to know like, oh shit, this has already happened. And that's when Barry finds out I can time travel.
Then what you could also do is, I like that. I'm going to play off of it.
Yep, go for
He's
it.
doing something. He's running really fast. Boom. Where did he go? Now he's in an alternate timeline, which you could set up the Jeffrey Dean Morgan Batman still. But how does he learn about everything then? The Reverse Flash. So hear me out here.
Okay.
You're basically, it's one of those movies where the hero is confused and they learn about what is happening through the antagonist, through the enemy. So he's in a new world, and then what you could do, very much like what you did in the Flashpoint Paradox. Hear me out here.
I got
Hear
something
me out.
to throw on there.
He, boom, goes back, and it's like, where am I? Boom, the new Joker. Like, and it's like, holy shit, what? Oh, there's Batman. Let me go help him. And then you get that scene with Thomas and Martha. Or not Thomas, Martha yet. The new Harley Quinn.
Yo-Yo.
And, Yo-Yo and the Thomas Wayne Batman. And then it's like, so after that, he learns then from Thomas Wayne where he is. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I got to kind of twist this a little bit. In the Flashpoint Paradox, when he goes back, you'd still do the thing of, I'm back. Wait, let me go run. What? Why am I not going? Where's my... He loses it.
Yeah.
You'd still have him lose it, correct?
Yeah,
Maybe,
I would think so.
Maybe it's like, boom, he's gone, and then he kind of like wakes up, and it's like, where am I? Holy crap, everything looks different. Kind of like he blacked out almost. Kind of a thing. But then you throw him into that. He learns from Thomas Wayne where he is. Holy crap. Does the whole Thomas Wayne thing to get his powers back. But then from Thawne and the Reverse Flash, throughout this process of the timeline he's in, he learns about the time travel part of it through after he gets his powers back, going up against the Reverse Flash. Because the Reverse Flash is supposed to be stronger than Barry.
Yeah. Well, faster.
And faster, and has time traveled many times before Barry has.
I would switch up a little bit what you're saying. I would say the first time he does, at least from what I'm getting what you're saying, first time he does it, accident, only like a few minutes of time travel. Realizes, oh shit, I can time travel. And then that's where it comes in the thing before.
I would say he doesn't even realize it. He just... Well, no. It's one of those things where he blacks out, but then wakes up in a different time.
Yeah, but like Thomas Wayne isn't going to know.
No, Thomas Wayne is telling him what time period he's in. Oh, like, he learns from Thomas Wayne what's going on in the world, what universe am I in now.
Yeah, but that would...
And that's where he figures out, holy crap, I'm not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Yeah, see, that's what the vibe I was really getting from you with that. I would go with more of a Barry finds it out and goes, wait. And that's where it ties into that showing the mother and Barry thing is going, wait. Like, you could almost make it, if you wanted, make it a memory he was having.
Get this.
And then go.
Learns from Thomas Wayne just through talking about, wait, if I'm in a different timeline, that means... And then goes
to me
to try to see if his mom is there, and his mom is alive.
Well, my thing would I would make it so Barry figures it out and then thinks about, because that more shows like the same reasoning in Flashpoint Paradox. Yeah, and maybe the comic. I don't know.
Because if we go back to, and this is me just using the source material to throw it in there, comic in Flashpoint Paradox is when he travels back in time, he goes to the, because you have that classic scene where he's at the police station doing his normal job. Oh, there's Iris. Like, let me run, because him and Iris were in a relationship.
She's got kids.
Oh, crap. Like, she has kids and a husband? That's
kissing.
Not right. And then he walks outside and it's like, Mom? Like, that's the... I remember exactly that panel seeing, Mom? Like, holy crap, you're alive kind of a thing? You have to have that same element some point in him going back, like, holy crap, my mom's alive.
Well, that's what happens in the thing, is he knows he's going back in time to save her.
Yeah.
Which is what I would think is like,
So we're still going with the no, or are we going with like what you threw out where he's going up against the rogues and then boom, he just goes back?
No, I didn't say that. What I said was...
Because that's the vibe I got off of
What
you.
I said, he goes back like a few minutes.
So you're saying he learns about it and then looks into it to premeditate
and save his mom.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying is because...
Now I'm on the same page. I thought you were saying he's going up against Captain Cold and trying to run
that's why
really
I said
fast.
a few minutes back.
Yeah, I was trying. I just went off of it. So okay.
Yeah. So
he premeditatively is going to go back. Though.
Yes, I premeditated. What I'm saying is that first he does it like in that big fight with them.
That's how he learns he can do it.
Only a few minutes to like alter what happened.
Yeah,
and goes because like at that point he's like, oh shit. He's going to shoot this way. He's going to shoot this way.
Here's one thing I want to
And then
ask.
he's going to later on remember like that. Real quick at the end of this part. The thing you threw in the beginning I like because then you can make that a memory and then you know he's thinking about his mom still.
Well, also you got the whole thing to play with, and they do this in the comics and stuff. Of the longer he is there,
the
he
more
starts
his memories.
forgetting things because then he's becoming a part of this new multiverse.
Yeah, multiverse.
Yeah. He's becoming more of a part of it. So holy shit, I'm forgetting about everything that I'm doing. Then it makes Thomas want to send him back because holy crap, I can't let him. I don't want Bruce's memory to be like Bruce then dies in Thomas Wayne's mind because it's like great. Now you think he's dead too.
Yeah.
Because I think he's dead, but you actually know that he's alive.
In another universe.
One of the last things I want to ask you, though, is when it comes down to Wonder Woman and Aquaman's role in this, if Aquaman is in it, because I don't think right now, I think what they're thinking is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are all going to be in this because they have another movie on their contract. Here's what I want to ask you.
Okay.
Do you go with, if it's you directing, you writing, if you're Goldstein or Daly, do you put in the Atlantis-Amazon War, or do you do something a little different with those characters? Because I love it. I would do it almost exactly the same. Give me that Amazon-Atlantis War.
I would love the war. Just you don't have to go as scale as they did in the I'm going to just say the cartoon.
Destroying London.
I mean, you can have even that. I mean, you just don't have to go as scale as like making
to where it's most of the movie.
Yeah. You can make it a chunk of the movie, but I would love to have that war in there, even if it's like kind of in the background.
Because
the big part of that is the Flash. The Flash should be the focal point of it.
Also, it's how everything fucking changes with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how you can really fuck up a timeline with one change.
Well, and also the thing that I like about this, and this will be the last point that I make, this movie done correctly can kind of reboot or it could reboot or retcon some stuff that maybe they want to change. Because one of the big things is the Nightwing movie. That's on the back burner. They say they want to do a Cyborg movie. They say they want to do the Batman. There's rumors of Matt Reeves leaving the Batman project. Joss Whedon just left the Batgirl project. Here's one last thing I want to ask you, and this is I was listening to the Kind of Funny morning show with Greg Miller and Xavier Woods, and Greg Miller said something along the lines of, I hope I'm getting it right and I hope I remember it right, of basically, I think it was maybe like Wonder Woman or Flashpoint or one of the movies, and he goes, I wouldn't be surprised if like right when they get to that movie, if they just announced, yeah, we're done. We're done making DC movies. We can't keep doing this. We're done. We might make like a Batman movie here, a Superman movie.
There's no more DCEU.
Here. No consistent Superman. Do you think we would ever get to that point with the DC? To where they say, fuck it, the universe is dead?
If they keep, like, if they don't get anything better than Batman, or not, well, that would have been a bad
Batman
one.
v. No. We've already gotten things better than that, Johnny.
No, if we don't get anything better than Justice League, if, like, they keep going down tier, instead of like hitting it like Wonder Woman did or hitting it even like Justice League did, they may start considering that. It's like, you know what? We're not making the money we think we would on this. People are not enjoying this. We should probably just not make a universe. The
joke I was going to make when you almost said better than BVS, I think I made something better than that this morning when I went to the bathroom when I woke up. But this is when you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below in that comment section. What do you think about the directors, the writers and directors, because now they're the same guys, for the Flashpoint movie, and what would you do for Flashpoint? Let us know down below in the comment section.